Welcome back to Clark Park in Tucson, Arizona. My name is Dave Vincent. It is the four-man, three-wall Icebreaker Challenge number 6 with David Fink going up against Sam Esser here in the men's semifinals. Now, all the players have socially distanced themselves, entered the bubble, the referee wearing a face mask. The distance between the players and the fans are evident this weekend as we try to do everything right in order to get handball back on the grid. And here is that first serve. It's the best 2 out of 3 to 21. Tiebreaker is to 11. Pretty good opportunity there for Esser, but he doesn't put it away. Fink back to the roof, pushing Sam to the back baseline. And the first ball from Esser going up into that screen, side out, Dave Fink serving. Dave has got a great serve, and there's evident right there. Ball going out that left side door, puts a little natural hook on it so it slides out. Dave Fink is 43 years young. And there's point number 2. Big opportunity for Esser, goes for it down low, gets it. And a side out, 0 serves 2 for Sam Esser. Sam's got a pretty good serve, I'd say above average. And he, when he is rolling, likes to really mix it up. Just over the short line, goes deep, slides the ball, has pretty good hooks and power on his serve. And there's another one for Dave Fink, really picking on Esser's left hand here. And you'll see that from time to time. Esser has some pretty good hands up front. Nice little paddle pushback kill. That ball looked like it was good. We'll see what it's called here by the ref. Esser thinks it's good. Yep, replay shows that it's in. It was definitely a good serve. And that's another one that's good. Fink saw that out. Esser sees it in. Let's see what the replay says. Oh, yeah, that's in by 4 to 6 inches there. There's the ball flattened on the ground. And there's a ball on the court. So the 2 straight balls that were in that Fink felt were out, but replay shows that they were both in. And Esser says 2 to 3. That's a beautiful return kill from Dave Fink. Incredible left-handed power return kill. And Sam was actually playing that, but it was long. And then a double fault. You don't see that too often from Dave Fink. Pretty good idea. Fink goes right back at Sam, hitting a drive that made Sam put on the brakes and misjudge that. Dave Fink going immediately to the deep line. He likes to play around with his serves as well. Left and right, he'll go deep and then go near the short line. But his use of that side wall deep is just incredible. Sam was banked in behind Fink there. Doesn't really matter. Ball continues to fly in this court. Back to the roof. Fink pushing Sam off the court. Perfect opportunity, and he takes care of it. Sam Esser getting that side out as Dave Fink shakes his head on his way back to the returner's circle. Sam Esser scoring some points here. And see, that's the serve where Sam will go deep and then come back near the short line, keeping you honest. And when he's executing those shots and then his first kill or first strike after that serve is working, he's pretty hard to play. Fink goes with the old Dave Chapman kill the ball in front of yourself routine. Gets the point. Oh, that's a good one right there. Fink with another point, 6-3 here on the scoreboard. Esser had another opportunity, misses it into the ground, 7-3. And there's that one that keeps you honest. 8-3 now for Fink. And he can score points in bunches, and there's another one. Look how good that serve is. First time he pulls it off to the right, he goes with one of the shorter serves just over the short line, and it hops away, and Esser can't get his hand on it. Pretty good serving clinic right here from Dave Fink. We're on the Freddie B. Show Court, Clark Park in Tucson, Arizona, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. This is the day that you want to come out and play handball. Started off in the 50s this morning, but it's already warmed up, and these courts are really bright. As you know, the cement gets warm, and it's like they're in a little oven in there. Another good serve from Fink. That ball just doesn't make it back to the front wall. And that should be a screen, not called. Instead, a flat rollout from Sam Esser. That was a beautiful shot from Sam. 3-11. Actually, that wasn't long. Let's see if this ball... No, that's in by 3-4 inches here. Good shot there from Esser. Fink gets it back. It was a smart play from Esser, sliding that ball down the right wall, but Fink should have gotten to it. It's the fourth point for Sam Esser. Should be point number 5. That long ball that was called long wasn't. And there's another inside out, down the right wall. Kill shot return from Sam Esser. 5-11. Fink makes a living off that left to front kill shot. Boy, we've seen a few of those that Sam had the opportunity to kill and instead misses. 12-5 is the score. Fink serving here. This is game number 1. And that ball's in, 13-5. Oh, beautiful serve. And Fink has really worked on that and has perfected it this summer. I should say last summer and early spring here. It's a perfect shot there from Sam Esser. Gets back into the box.
What's your problem? Seven, right?
7-14 is the score here. And that looks like it's long. It is. This is a 4-man Icebreaker challenge, a money tournament. Believe it or not, the locals raised cash for the players as they celebrate Jeff Helam's birthday. And Jeff, who I believe just turned 62, is one of the founding fathers of this handball court complex. He was one of the guys, the brain trust behind it. Helped with the construction and pretty much played secretary and lieutenant general during the construction of this facility at Randolph Park, now called Clark Park. So we want to honor him and also thank him for all of his hard work to get this thing going. Jeff Helam is a fan of handball first, and this tournament was created by the players for Jeff Helam as a birthday present, which is pretty cool if you're ever in a situation like that. Quite the honor. On the other side of the bracket, it's Shorty Ruiz and we have Leo Canales, and they'll come up a little bit later. This is the first men's semifinal. Just a 4-man tournament. First game. And Fink goes with that patented front to left kill this time. 16-7 is the score.
You're aiming 20 feet high, you hit 1 inch high. That's good. Long.
That one was long. No replay needed.
That's already 4 of those.
Boy, another opportunity right there for Esser. I know he had to take that one on the run and on the short hop, but he still had the opportunity to put that in the corner, and he missed. Another good serve from Dave Fink. Another quick point. Sam Esser earlier in the year had a bout with COVID-19, and he said though he got over it, he still feels it in his lungs and can't quite get back into perfect shape. And we've been hearing that from other athletes. As Dave Fink sends that ball off the court, Esser hits it with a fist. Sometimes that fist shot from that deep right back court area, if you hit it just right, you can put spin on it. It can just check into that left wall and then fly back to the front and make the front court. It's just the way the ball comes off the hand from back there. But Esser went over the wall, and that didn't count, and that one does on that serve from Fink just over the short line. 19-8 now. Here in game number 1. And Esser sends that ball way deep. Here's game point. Esser calls that long. Sam Esser working for the United States Handball Association on an intern basis. Hopefully he'll stay as an employee. He's great for the community. We really enjoy being around him, and that could be it. Nope, Fink is up there, though. And another missed shot from Sam as the guys slap hands and walk off the Freddie B. Show Court here at Clark Park. Game number 1 of the Icebreaker Challenge number 6 with the World Players of Handball in Tucson, Arizona. We're going to be back after we take a real quick break for game number 2 coming up right around the corner. We want you to stick around as we have more handball here on a Saturday with the World Players of Handball. Welcome back to Tucson, Arizona, Clark Park. My name is Dave Vincent with the WPH. It is the 4-man Icebreaker Challenge money tournament. Dave Fink up against Sam Esser in the men's semifinals. He won game number 1, 21-8. Here has the first serve. Esser wearing the green shirt, Fink shirtless. Don't believe Fink has lost a game in these icebreakers. This is icebreaker number 6. Score is 1-0. You see that little asterisk next to Fink's name on the scoreboard. That just simply means he won game number 1.
Same shots over and over again. Wow.
Ball going out the door and Fink talking to himself. The players entered the bubble, the fans socially distancing themselves. Referees wearing face masks when available. Announcers here in the booth also wearing a face mask. That ball is in. Fink thinks those balls that are right on the deep line are out, but that's actually in. You can see that ball right there. Boy, that's like 8 inches in. Yeah, definitely in right there. And it looks like a fan convinces these guys that it was long. That ball was in by 8 inches and a double fault. Fink back in the server's box. That's at least twice that video evidence has proven Sam right. 3-4 times, actually, he's been right, because a couple of those balls that were called short were not short, and he knew it in that game number 1. That's a great serve right there. Fink slicing that door over there. Ball just in front of Esser. What a change of events there. Esser gets a double fault on a ball that shouldn't have been. Fink comes in on a side out that shouldn't have been, and then gets a point on an ace. Then Esser hooks that one, hits it too far over the baseline, and another point for Dave Fink. Pretty big change and swing of events here for Esser. Esser just couldn't get out of the block. Feet were in cement.
What?
I think Fink had the right idea of just flipping that ball over Esser's head, but he hit it too hard. And he's upset with himself, and really don't blame him. It should have been a point. Good serve from Esser. Puts a little slice on that ball. Fink knew it, but still couldn't get to it. 1-5 in game number 2 now. That's a great re-kill, especially because Fink is running in, and he takes it with his offhand. Fink is left-handed. That was a right-handed kill shot where he completely goes over the top of the ball, keeps it down, and gets back into the server's box at 5-1. Game number 2, Fink winning 21-8 in game number 1. This is the men's semifinals. The next match will be Shorty Ruiz and Juan Leo Canales Jr. I just love that shot. Threading the needle. It looked like Sam was out of position but got himself into good position, and then Fink just goes over the top into that left wall. Yeah, see, he feels Sam on his right hip. He takes that extra step because Dave's got really good footwork and pins Esser behind him and then just slices that ball down that left wall. You know, we want to show people that we could safely hold an event with all of this COVID protocols in place. So we closed the park, the referee in all cases here today wearing a mask. We allowed a limited number of players to come into the event, those with the film crew, and then we made sure that we socially distanced from the fans and even the referee in most cases. And that's why we're able to get these events underway, following the rules from the city and the park. And that's why we're holding this icebreaker. We're essentially breaking the ice as we get handball back on the grid with these money tournaments. And doing it outdoor just seems appropriate. That's a beautiful kill shot right there from Esser as he watches that ball drop and then just tips it up into that corner. 1 serves 8 in game number 2. Another opportunity for Esser, and he misses it, but it doesn't really matter. Fink runs in and doesn't get his feet in the right position, hits the ball into the ground. He calls himself uncoordinated. I don't really think that's true. He did say that he hasn't played a lot of 3-wall, maybe just twice in 3 or 2 months. So maybe he feels a little uncoordinated, but he's certainly not. Another point for Esser, and I love that serve. He goes for that little crack on the right side. He'll even do it on the left, but just over the short line. See, he tries it on the left there and misses. But a good opportunity there for Esser, and he puts it into the floor. And that's probably about the 7th one of those that we've seen today from Esser, and I know that when he drives home, he's going to think about that. Just something to work on. Fink should put this away. Doesn't. And Esser puts another one into the ground. Has to be completely frustrated with that. Fink has been sending that ball out the left door. This one just clips the side wall. Esser was able to get a hand on it, but didn't make the front wall, so Fink gets the point. And back to the roof. Fink doing his best work of trying to make sure Sam doesn't get up front. And we have another point for Dave Fink and another timeout here for Sam Esser. 4-man icebreaker challenge number 6 in Tucson, Arizona, as we're breaking the ice, trying to get handball back on the map after and during this pandemic. The prize money for this event was actually raised by the locals who were trying to give a birthday present to Jeff Helam, who's celebrating his 62nd birthday. And he's such a fan of handball that he likes watching the top players. So the locals put together some prize money to get some of the top handball players out here. This was an event that actually was not coordinated by the WPH. It was coordinated by Shorty Ruiz and Ashley Moeller in honor of Jeff Helam's big day. Jeff Helam is one of the people behind the construction of this court complex, also on the board of directors with the WPH. And there's a nice over-the-top kill with the offhand from Dave Fink. Not sure how he does that above the hip. I'm right-handed and I can't even do that. Very Sean Lenning-like. That ball is sent way out of here. Fink frustrated with himself even though he has that big lead. And, you know, you have to kind of understand that too as a viewer. It is frustrating because you're doing everything right and then all of a sudden you hit a ball that's so uncharacteristic. It's like, what are you even trying to do here? It's ridiculous. And there's another side out. Just a perfect shot right there from Dave Fink. I know in four-wall that the return of serve is so important, but it's even more important when you're outside. You can get exploited so quickly. That ball would have been long, but Sam took it anyway, and it's a point for Dave Fink as it did not make the front wall. And Fink is dangerous back there in the deep corner on that serve. And it's just like clockwork here. Fink's still not happy with himself for missing that first strike. He executed that last one, but his first strike was just off by about 6 inches. Oh, that is beautiful right there. Dave Fink slapping that left corner. Take a look at the replay here. It's only about 5 inches, maybe less than that. That one fooled Sam. Out the right door. Fink, another first strike setup, goes to the same spot that he was at before and gets another point. Esser just trying to get Dave out of the server's box. But it looks like Fink has other plans and is on a roll right now, especially with that serve. Even if he doesn't get an ace, he's really setting Sam up for the first strike. This should be it right here. There it is. Over the top with the left hand. Again, point for Dave Fink. If Sam goes on to lose this, he will be playing for third place. Against the loser of the next semifinal, Dave Fink would then go to the finals, and that one is in. Sam puts the thumb up. Perfect shot. Dave Fink now at 20. Not only game point, but match point. Oh, beautiful serve to close it out. Dave Fink taking down Sam Esser in the first semifinal this morning from Clark Park. It's the World Players of Handball and the Icebreaker Challenge number 6 here in Tucson, Arizona. We'll have more handball action. Thanks for tuning in as the players progress forward into the bracket. Dave Fink, like I said earlier, going to the finals now. Sam Esser is going to be playing off for third place. We'll have more handball here on a Saturday with the World Players of Handball. Stick with us.